What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today, and today we have our first official pick for the Super Bowl on PrizePicks. It is going to be a correlated duo between the Patriots players, and if you don't know what that means, I'm going to get into that, of course, about what that means, but it pretty much just means taking them either over together or under together, which is exactly what we want to keep doing on these plays over and over and over again, and you guys will see that I do that quite a lot in Counter-Strike. I also do that quite a lot in League of Legends. We hit a 9x yesterday, followed up by a 5.25x. Now, yesterday was an okay day overall. You will see a lot of near misses, specifically with the correlation going opposite directions in some of these. So if you look at this play here, and this play here, we have pretty much three different cases of taking one correlated pair to go the correct way, pretty much. So I took the unders here, and they do both hit under together. And then, unfortunately, I took the unders right here in this orange team, and I should have obviously took the overs because they went way over together. They actually 2-0'd their opponent, so that is why they had so many kills. And then same thing up here in the top right. I had this team to go under together. That does hit together because this team did lose this game. And then I took these guys to go under together, which these guys went way over together, and it was because this game went into overtime, right? So in Counter-Strike, if a game goes into overtime, you're likely to get a lot more kills. If a game is a shorter game, you're going to get less kills. And, it kind of makes sense if you think about it, right? If a game goes super long, everyone on your team is going to have a lot more kills, get a lot more statistics. If a game goes very short, you're going to not have that. You're going to pretty much have the opposite effect. But we did catch this 9x, guys, because of League of Legends correlation. Now, I took the unders here with this blue team, and I took the unders here with this kind of orangey, purpley team right here, and I did take the unders. And I want to just quickly kind of glance at this game and how it went, because you'll see right here there was 1 kill and 0 kills between these players. And if we look at the game, this happened yesterday afternoon, the game was 11-1. All right, so we bet on this team right here, Fnatic, and the only player that got 1 kill the entire game for this Fnatic team was Valdi right here, and he got 1 kill, of course, which sends him under 3. And again, very correlated together because his team did lose. They only got 1 kill in that entire game. So no one is going over when your team gets 1 kill, right? And again, same thing with this GSG and Fly game. This team actually also gets 2-0'd, I believe. They get 0-2'd. So they did lose both games. Now this one was closer. They did a little bit better than just having 1 kill, of course, but they did both go under together, and we paired that up with the tennis discount right here. So could have had a much better day if some of these did pair up a little bit better. If some of these 4-mans would have hit together, if we would have maybe had, this green go green together down here, that would have been nice to see. You'll see the Counter-Strike. Sometimes the unders are going to hit as it did here. Sometimes the overs are going to hit like it did here and here. And again, this is pretty much a very, very consistent way to bet, right? And we're going to do the exact same thing in the NFL, in college football, as we did all year. If you didn't follow through the entire year, guys, we are now up, over the past 2 years, we're up about 900 units, right? 2024, 2025, here is everything graphed. And again, a big reason why we go up so much is because of esports and because of football, all right? And we obviously have our last football game of the season, which is going to be the Super Bowl on Sunday. And I want to get as many entries out as possible for that Super Bowl Sunday. Last Super Bowl, guys, we went up about 40 units alone just from one game, and that was actually hitting, I believe, 5 4-man entries in one game alone. And I don't have any screenshots, but you guys can obviously go back on my channel and watch that. I think it was sometime early February, of course, for that Eagles and Chiefs game, but we made some very, very good calls and went up like crazy for that game. So hoping to do the same thing, and pretty much every call that we made in last Super Bowl did pretty much go the way that we thought it would go. Overall, guys, we're up about 50 units so far this year, which is great performance so far. Is there ups and downs in this game? Yes. Has there been ups and downs so far this year? We're about 32 days into this year, and already there's been a lot of ups and downs, right? We've had some peaks, we've had some valleys, but over a long period of time, which is pretty much what this graph shows, you're going to see that we make profit, okay? So if you do join the VIP, I would love to have you in, but you need to understand that some days, some weeks, we might go down, right? We're not going to go up every single day. You have to stay consistent, and you have to realize that betting is a long-term journey that you are on, but we do have pretty much guaranteed a winning strategy that will win long-term, as long as you don't overexert yourself, as long as you don't overextend yourself with, maybe you only have $100 to bet with, and you're betting $50 plays, right? That would not be very smart of you, because you would only have 2 plays. If you miss 2 plays, then you're back to 0. So if you are starting out with $100, $200, $300, whatever it is, make sure that you're betting smart and you're maybe only betting $3 a play, $5 a play. That would be the smart way to bet. And again, long term, we will win pretty much, right? That is what I have proven over 8,000 bets over the past 25, 26 months. We have only lost 3 out of the 25, 26 months. And we went ahead and continued that streak again in January. So now we are, I guess we are 23 out of 26. All right. So 23 out of the last 26 months, we have profited. Okay. And a lot of these months have been 70 unit months, 80 unit months. We've had a couple of 100 unit months like back in last October, of course. And yeah, of course, we're going to continue that streak hopefully and be a winning sports betting channel and winning sports betting team. Okay. So as you guys know, we do like to bet some straight bets on this channel. I've already given out a couple of straight bets for the Super Bowl, which was Seahawks money line. And I also took the over for that game at 45.5. Now I don't have a straight bet because I might throw out one more straight bet for that game. But again, I think the Seahawks are going to win. That's why I took their money line. I think the game's going to go over. And that is why I ended up taking those 2 bets. But we do have a straight bet for the NHL game tonight. So NHL Washington Capitals, I am taking their money line at -130. I like it from -130 to -135. Anywhere in that range. Of course, if we can get better odds, that would be even better. But I am taking this on REBET. I'm taking this on ONYX today. So you can take this on ONYX or on REBET. I checked both of their odds. They're within like 2 points of each other. So I believe REBET is -132. So that's really not too big of a difference, to be honest. So take this on ONYX or on REBET. With ONYX, all you have to do is bet $10 and you'll get $100 in free picks. So really simple to do so. You get free money for signing up for ONYX. Same thing with REBET, guys. I had a lot of you guys sign up for REBET the past couple of days, and I had a lot of you guys put in just $10 and get 2 free months of the VIP. Now, I also had some of you guys put in that $100 into REBET, which is probably the smartest thing to do because you will get matched that $100 as well. So again, you can make a free $100. It's not as easy as ONYX because ONYX, you put in 10, you get a free 100. REBET, you got to put in 100 to get a free 100. But at the end of the day, free money is free money. You sign up for these apps, you get my code to get into the VIP for a month or 2. And again, these are going to be great months. We're going to have all my Super Bowl picks this week, and we're going to, of course, keep firing off on the different esports that we have been betting on over the course of this year. And esports is massive for us, right? I talked about this the other day, and I do want to get into the PrizePicks play, of course. But if you look last year, guys, if you look between, let's just say like April and September, or April and August, or something like that, like right here, this was pretty much the summer months, right? This is the summer between May and August, and there was no football going on, right? No college, no NFL, maybe just the very remnants of the NBA, the WNBA was going on, Canadian football a little bit, but most of this was because of esports. So we can definitely win long term without football, and it's because of esports. It's things like Counter-Strike, like League of Legends, like Dota, like Valorant, okay? So if you do join the VIP and you don't even know what we're betting on, it doesn't even really matter, because as you guys saw right here, guys, these are extremely correlated together, and these different video games that you can bet on, when the winning team wins, they get a lot of kills. When the losing team loses, they don't get so many kills, and that is how we bet on League of Legends, of course, guys. So again, I give you guys REBET to sign up with. You guys can also sign up for ONYX. Kalshi is another one that is a bit newer to this channel that you guys can go ahead and sign up for as well. Pikkit is a great way to go ahead and track your bets, and you can actually get that completely free. That is how I track all of my bets, and I do highly recommend you guys do that as well, okay? So let's get into the PrizePicks play of the day. This is a 5x entry right here. Now, I will say the PrizePicks entries on this channel have been a little bit lackluster, so I do apologize for that. Yesterday, we did hit the trio of guys, but we did unfortunately miss on Chet, okay? And that also happened the day before that. We missed on the NBA play, but the League of Legends play did hit. So NBA has been coming up a little bit short for us. We're going to, of course, go back to the NBA probably later this week, and it's going to be completely fine. But yeah, the PrizePicks plays on this channel have not been up to par, really. Some of the straight bets have definitely been a lot better, but you know, we'll find our ground here on this channel so far as hitting the PrizePicks plays, and hopefully we can start that today, all right? So we have these 3 players in League of Legends: Sorbo, Wei, and Rookie, and we are taking them under 16 kills, okay? So very similar to yesterday's play in League of Legends, which if I can find it, I'll go ahead and bring it up on this page here. But you guys saw that I took Fudge, Contracts, and Zenny to go under. I really like them all the way down to 17. They ended up getting 6 kills because they ended up losing both games. I think this team either loses both games, this IG team. I think they go 0-2. or I think they go 1-1, which is pretty much exactly what I said about this play right here. Now, this team ended up going 0-2, so you'll see that they went way under their line. But if this team did go 1-1, they probably would have ended up about right here, which again, the under is the under at the end of the day. All we need them to go under is this number. I don't really care if they get 6 or if they got 18, right? We would have hit both of those scenarios there, which would have been great for us. So I'm taking the under at 16. I think they probably end up with about 13 to 14 kills. So that is why I'm taking that there. And then down here, a very, very cornerstone of this channel is taking 2 players in the NFL or in college football to either go over together or under together, okay? Now, I do think that the Patriots are going to be losing this game, right? I took Seahawks money line for a reason. I think the Seahawks do go ahead and win the Super Bowl, but I'm taking Drake May over, and I'm taking Stephon Diggs over. And if you think about it, guys, this is a beautiful correlation right here, because the more that Drake May is throwing the ball, let's say he gets 250 yards. Let's say he gets 300 yards in this game. That is going to be a high likelihood that Stephon Diggs is on the receiving end of those yards, right? So the more that Drake May throws the ball, the more likely Stephon Diggs is going to go over his line as well. It's really not that crazy to think about, right? If a quarterback does really well, his number one receiver is going to do very well, and vice versa could also be true, right? We saw with that Broncos and Patriots game, Drake May threw for like 86 yards. Now, it was heavy snow. It's not going to be like that in the Super Bowl. It was heavy snow, so Drake May underperform. He did really not so great throwing the ball. I mean, it was snowing. So everyone on his team went under. Now, I think this is going to be the opposite of that, right? I think the Patriots are going to be playing from behind. What happens when an NFL team is playing from behind? They start throwing the ball a ton going into the third and fourth quarter to try to come back in that game, right? If you look at any game throughout history, doesn't matter whether it's a Super Bowl, doesn't matter whether it's college football, whether it's high school football, it really does not matter. The losing team is normally going to throw the ball a ton more. The winning team is going to run the ball a lot more and try to waste the clock. Now, big Super Bowl moment like that Falcons and Patriots game, right, where the Patriots were down 28-3. I don't really know. I would have to go back and actually look about what plays were happening in that game, but I can almost guarantee you what happened in that third and fourth quarter when the Patriots were down is they threw the ball a ton to try to get back in that game. Okay. So it doesn't matter whether you're playing the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter whether you're playing week 1 of the NFL or of college football. The losing team is going to throw the ball a lot more to try to get back in that game, okay? Especially in something like the Super Bowl, right? They're going to lay it all on the line out here. And again, I'm taking the overs for Drake May and Stephon Diggs. And this is very, very correlated, as well as a League of Legends play that I really enjoy right here. So this is a 5X. Of course, these are the 2 picks of the day. We have League and NFL, and then we do have an NHL play here for the Capitals money line. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, going to try to fire off a lot of Super Bowl bets this week, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And I'll probably have a couple of videos this week of me just giving out my favorite picks for the Super Bowl. Pretty much no limits, no sort of constraints, probably just give out, my best sort of plays. And I did that as well last year. And I remember we did pretty good, right? Some rush attempts, some sack lines, even some receptions and target lines, just everything that I can pretty much get my hands on. I'm going to find my favorite picks for you guys. So hopefully you guys do enjoy that a little bit later in the week. So stick around for that. Like and comment on today's video, guys. I greatly appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.